everyone, Ivy Lee Gaming here, and today we're playing Watcher of Realms. For today's video, we're going to talk, should you summon this weekend, or are there good reasons to save?
The finest blood for the most untainted soul.
So first of all, we are in the middle of a Shard Summon Fusion event for Rourke. But just to be clear, like always, you do not need to do the summon events in order to get enough fragments for this hero, as long as you do everything else, pretty much. Which is really nice because it allows flexibility to summon on some weekends or not at all, whatever you choose. They do a really good job of allowing us some flexibility, and we don't have to do everything. So as you can see, there's 10, 10, that's 30, right? And there's more than that. There's more than what we need, right? 75. So actually, exactly. So if you skip all the summoning events, but do everything else, which is very easy to do. I think the hardest I would say is arena, because I find arena annoying to do that many battles. Personally, I don't like to do arena. But if you do everything except the summons, you have exactly enough to get Rourke. Job done. So the good thing is the answer of should you summon because of the fusion is no. Unless you have missed events, then the answer might be yes, summon until you at least get some of the fragments for the hero to make up for whatever you've missed. So that kind of answers that first part of the question regarding the fusion event. Do you need to summon to get the fusion? Yes, if you skipped stuff already, or plan to skip stuff. No, if you have done everything else. So easy enough there. Now, we obviously have some pretty juicy stuff on the calendar, and we know there's some juicy stuff coming. So when it comes to Ancients, they actually have an Ancient event on Friday for once, which is interesting, and it goes through Monday. That's good to see, or at least till Monday. And is it all of, oh yeah, it goes through end of day Monday. And this one has my most wanted hero, ARDEA, so of course I want to summon. The only bummer is it's paired up with Ajax, who is a great hero, and you can use them in all of the faction trials because they're universal, but he's not a lord. So it's a little bit disappointing if you pull Ajax as your pity, because that is taken away from getting an actual legendary lord. But if you pull ARDEA during an Ancient summoning event, that does not take away from your pity. So this is a hard one as a debate whether or not you should summon, because number one, ARDEA is like the best DPS in the game. I guess technically does Praetus trump her? I don't know. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Alright, I really want ARDEA. She's still my most wanted. But I also know what's coming next, or at least I'm assuming during the anniversary period, which is a whole month away. So I'm torn. All right, so here's the deal. ARDEA and Ajax, great banner because she is absolutely top tier. And yeah, if you're lacking a mage, or if you were working on your faction trials, he can help you in literally every single one. So that's cool. But ARDEA is worth pulling for. Yes, I think if you want ARDEA, you can't really get a better time than now to try to get her. She's going to be boosted. But you need to know that there are some exciting things coming, as I said, next month. So, or at least we're assuming it's next month. I don't know if there is a confirmed dates, but there are some videos out about leaked banners. You know, the nice pretty graphics we get when we have these special summoning banners. And they involve some top tier heroes, including Valderon, the chaotic lord that is just insanely good. So there's going to be a Valderon banner with a new unnameable faction hero coming soon. The icy dragon that's been teased. We've seen the art for that, so we know that it's coming. That's coming exactly when. I don't think there's a confirmed date. If there is, feel free to let me know in the comments below. But there's another thing coming as well, and that is Praetus. Praetus is coming on a banner along with the braided hair warrior chick that you guys have probably seen in some of the art images for the Arbiters. For the Arbiter faction, there's been a girl that we haven't seen yet I can't remember her name. And if I think she has the name confirmed, but she's going to be on that same banner with Praetus. So if you're hunting for Praetus, the Arbiter Lord that's insane, or if you're hunting for Valderon, the Arbiter Lord, or the Chaotic Lord that's insane, keep that in mind if you're going to pull for ARDEA, because she's not a lord at the end of the day. But honestly, I really want ARDEA, maybe even more than them at this point. I don't know. I'm really, really loving her, and I still think I want to get her or try to get her now personally. Just know that depending on your gameplay and how many summons you get, whether or not like you want to have more for the Praetus and or Valderon events that should be in about a month. I mean, who knows? They could come sooner rather than later. They might be in June. They might not be in July. But we want to assume that those big fancy banners are going to be part of maybe a anniversary event. So that's kind of what we're thinking as of now as a community, seeing those banners and not knowing the context if there's dates attached to them. That's what I'm assuming. But I want ARDEA. If you want ARDEA, you can't get a better chance to get her than a 15 times. So it's kind of worth the risk of accidentally popping an Ajax and killing your Lord Pity. The good thing is if you do pull an ARDEA during this 15 times, like I said, it does not reset Lord Pity. Lord Pity on Ancient Summoning is every 200 summons. If you do not get a legendary Lord, that's when your Pity pops. So that's really cool that they at least have a Pity for legendary Lords specifically. Just remember that Ajax and these unnameable faction heroes will count toward that. So it's a debate, but I still think she's worth the gamble for me personally. I understand some people might want to save everything for Valderon or everything for Praetus, but ARDEA is amazing, and I don't think anyone would be upset if they get ARDEA along the way, and I'm gonna take that gamble myself, and I'm going to summon this weekend. Now, when it comes to the normal summons, we have Invocation of Spirits and we have Divine Summons on a 2 times like usual, just a simple 2 times. So I always love to pull 2 times Divine because it goes from 6% to 12%. That's a nice big percentage increase. But again, I'm assuming there's going to be some pretty big things coming. So just a generic 2 times with nothing else attached to it is not worth it for me. I'm thinking there's going to be some fun stuff in another month or so that might be worth saving summons for overall. Now, again, I don't really know what they're going to do as far as these events go. If there's going to be any interesting 10 or 15 times events again. There's been some other teasers of heroes to come. We do know that there is supposed to be a guaranteed summon event, which is 250 of these bad boys. We do know there's supposed to be one coming for, what's her name? Dahlia, but I don't know when. I think Fastidious put out a video saying, when is she coming? I did not watch the video. I don't know if he has any insider info on that when she's coming, but I have not heard anything. Last I knew is that when I asked about her, they said there is no date confirmed for her event, and she's obviously not showing up on this calendar yet. I feel like she's not going to come the same time as the Shard Summoning event, I'm assuming. So maybe after the Shard Summoning event will be her event? I don't know. It could happen at the same time, but I'm guessing it's not. Who knows? But I don't know anything else specifically regarding Dahlia coming yet, but I do want to make sure I have 250 saved for when that does happen. So if you have beyond 250 saved, like I do here with my never-ending amount of diamonds that just keep stacking up because I'm never using them apparently, then you could take the gamble if you just need to summon a little, but I think it's worth at least holding on to 250 in case that pops sooner rather than later. And then, of course, again, mid-July will be the anniversary of the game, so we're sure that there's going to be some cool events. So it might be worth stocking up a whole bunch of Divines in case they do some fun stuff there. So personally, I would say if you're a more advanced account or even more mid-game where you've got solid roster, you're not stressing about needing specific heroes, or you're not stressing about still needing a lot of heroes, I should say. Don't summon. I say don't summon. I say save. I would say everyone should not pull on the 2 times unless you're a brand new account that only has a couple legendaries, a few legendaries, very limited pool, whatever, or only the bad ones. And You really need to just pull every weekend or else your account is not going to progress. If you're stuck in progression because you really need to pull even some more epics, like you don't have a Maul or an Edril yet, or a Dolores, and you only have a couple crappy legendaries, then you should pull every weekend, even if there's cool stuff coming. We don't have any confirmed dates, so I think it's worth it for new accounts to always pull every weekend, but wait for the weekend. Don't pull on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, unless there's an event still on Monday. Pull on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and sometimes Monday, depending on the events, and take advantage. Remember, these are going to be your red crystals. If you're a new player, ancient summoning events only show when they're actually live, so you can't see that unless the event is currently active. So if you didn't know what to do with your ancients, well, don't worry, it's coming. And there's 15 times drop rate, which is really cool because the pool is a lot smaller for those. And I think that's really fun that they're willing to kind of, I don't know, add that in. I think that's a really fun thing. So if you get a legendary lord, although here's the hard part, if you get a legendary lord, chances are 15 times increase that it's going to be Ajax. So I don't know. But I'm personally, again, I'm taking the gamble. I'm going to pull for ARDEA with whatever the hell I end up having, even though I know Praetus and Valderon banners are coming at some point soon. I think it's worth the risk because she's really good. I have 32. I usually pull if I have like 30 or so, and I'm gonna do it. I don't care. I'm doing it. I like her. I want her. And I don't think, again, anyone would be mad if they get an ARDEA along the way, and maybe you just work your way toward your next Lord Pity, which could be Praetus or Valderon, or the new unnameable faction Icy Dragon hero that's coming. So that's kind of my thoughts there. Let me know what you guys think. Are you excited for this banner? Are you torn? What are your thoughts on the ARDEA Ancient Summoning banner? And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.